It's Anahata. How are you? Welcome to the Mega-Morphosis Wednesday. Now, there will be no visual today, and I do that on purpose. Wednesdays, it is just audio, and it really activates your imagination and gets you to vision from inside. As you will find out, we're going to be closing our eyes and taking a 30-minute journey. And I really want you to consciously end any distraction and just focus in on what I'm speaking with you today about. Sunday, we went on a journey to activate vitality and our capacity to live and grow and evolve. On Monday, I hosted the Motivation Monday, where I really empowered you to zoom out from your chaos to your superconscious self and become the author of your life. And during that event, I encouraged you to write down 6 things that you vision for your future as if they were so that you could really get the gratitude flowing and the memories going about that as if it has already happened. And it was a very powerful exercise. Now, interestingly enough, the other part of the exercise, which is what am I going to give up? What am I willing to edit that I know I'm going to probably have to change in order to achieve my goals? Not so many people did that side of it. And it's to be expected. And this is where today we're going to journey in to the Anahata Tree and really integrate all layers. Because my question to you is, did you do it? Did you actually follow the path of writing out? Of course, visioning is very easy, but it's really taking a look at what do we want our edits to be, because that takes ownership. That takes understanding. And if we don't anchor in where we're headed based on where we've been, our dreams just remain nebulous. So my question to you is, what are you willing to give up in order to achieve your goals? And a really interesting word, I love words and the root of words and examining them. We talked about author being creator, the one who creates. And today I want to mention to you the word genie. Genie. The root of that means genius. It's like unlimited wishes that are granted, a genie. But also, what do you think of when you think of a genie? You think of the entrapment that goes on, being inside this very small magic lamp, if you will. So unlimited power and a very tiny space. And that is really where we sit as humans. We are limitless expansion, and we feel the pressure inside our bodies because what we want hasn't arrived yet. And guys, that's never going to stop happening. Once you achieve a goal, you're going to birth another and another. And so we have to get good at the waiting. We have to be living autotelic lives, joy of the journey, not the destination, content in the now, and grateful and excited for what's to come based on our alignment in the ever-present now. And so what are you willing to give up? That's going to take solving issues, solving patterns. And those patterns don't feel comfortable because they challenge us. But if you want it bad enough, you're going to push through those perceptions of failure You're going to resolve. You're going to restore. You're going to, I love that suffix, re, you know? And we can do this together. The more we do this together, the more accountable we become, and the more likely we are to actually move the needle forward. And I want to just say, you know, a dream without action is a whim, and it's a painful place to put yourself. If there's no action behind your dream, it becomes regret and the polar end of that fulfillment, which is emptiness, wondering why you never moved ahead. And a vision without making edits is going to snap you right back into old patterns. This is what we were talking about on Monday with cybernetics. You have defaults, you have patterns. And if you don't take the time to stretch yourself beyond that, you will never get beyond that. It's a fractal in formation. You get to call the shots. And that's what I love about the lens of author. You are the author and you get to plot out the plots and your stories. And as the plot twists happen, you get to implement those 3 Ps that I mentioned on Wednesday: pausing, pivoting, and proceeding if you want to. And that requires understanding that you have made mistakes. And that's where most people stop. If they fail, or if they feel like they've made a mistake, they let shame and blame occur and they don't move forward at all. They use that as their self-sabotage. Woe is me. Why do I even bother trying? And or look at the mess I've made. Rather than zooming out and understanding the importance of examining a problem in order to solve it. That's what we're here to do. The failures in your life are optimization data. They are pointing out the opportunities you have to grow, to up your skill set. And I loved how everyone was dreaming and replying in the thread on Facebook what their future will be like. But again, it's more helpful, perhaps, to understand what are the patterns currently holding you back. To be someone new, you have to be someone new. And it's someone you aren't yet. Every successful person visioned a version of themselves that wasn't here yet. And let me tell you, it's an epic journey. It takes courage to be it before you see it. It takes faith. It takes connecting the dots, looking forward, knowing that those little synergistic nuggets of gold that your higher self and your angels and your guides are giving you are those little doses of dopamine that are rewarding you for your stamina, for your not giving up. And it's so ironic when we are sitting on our acres of diamonds, and from our vantage, it can seem overwhelming or even hopeless. We can't understand how to solve the issue we have. This is what I'm going to teach you today, is to zoom out. The answer is inherent in the question itself. If you can get out of your own identity and expand into the all, you're going to already be a match to the solution, because the solution is encoded in the question. This is why prayer works so well. You're surrendering the pattern of what you know to be true, and you're allowing your energetic layers to become open to divine miracles. And miracles are just natural laws that we don't yet understand. So I want you, before we go on this vision, on this Mega-Morphosis journey, to have a vision. Doesn't have to be, you don't need to know how to get there. That's the good news. That has nothing to do with it. The steps will be revealed as you overcome your challenges and you think in new ways. But when we become full owners of our entire energy signature and we say, this is where I want to go, and this is what I want to give up in order to get there, and these are the things that I'm going to do, then we have a plan. But that plan usually involves many mishaps and many quote unquote failures. We don't get it right immediately. And so we have to expect that we aren't going to get there immediately. And we have to welcome the optimization data found in the plot twists. We don't know how to get there, or we would be already. Okay, so to become something you aren't yet, you've got to be open to identifying with new, and the new requires change. And change requires understanding the aspects of yourself that are holding you back from your best future. Viewing it from another angle. How would someone who solved this issue perceive of this issue? How would someone who has accomplished what I desire look at this? So I really recommend pausing and asking yourself, what do I want to solve or attain? And then align. This is involving reorienting yourself so that you can weave in a new pattern. Because we are fractals. We're experiencing our little neck of the fractal, if you will, our little vantage through our own consciousness. When you look at something in a different way, that thing transforms. So this takes asking, aligning with the new, then allowing that to occur, which can be felt as uncertainty, doubt, indecision, as you venture off the known path into new pages. So this is going to take a reordering, a rearranging, a transformation, a Mega-Morphosis. And that means you're going to have to get comfortable with change. This is why I said it's important to remain in flow. 4% stretch. That way you're capable, you're present, but you're challenged. And every day compounding over time, a better, newer version of you replaces the outdated old. And that takes activation. So ask, align, allow, activate. We are gifted with thought. We are conscious. We have higher faculties. We have imagination. We can tap into memory. We have perspective. We have our intuition. And we have perseverance. We can play scenarios in our brains. In fact, there's a quote by Alfred North Whitehead who said, "The purpose of thinking is so that our thoughts die instead of us." And this really speaks to the lens of authorship as well, because as you take up pen to paper about who you want to be and embody the archetype of that personality, and that becomes your personality, various aspects of you will go away. And that is what thought is. The purpose of thinking is so that our thoughts die instead of us. We have the gift of being able to play out scenarios and choosing what the path forward best would be. Now, again, through this maze of chaos, we have to realize that it's not going to just be delivered to us. This is Earth, where we are training up and learning lessons and integrating shadow and taking a look at the aspects of us that aren't working. And that requires pushing past any shame or blame, and to stop that victimhood of tempting to say, you know, it's tempting to be like, well, I'm in this circumstance because, and then we start fighting for our limitations. So we've got to drop that blame and shame, get motivated to achieve, realize that whatever you're doing is wrong because it's not working, if it's preventing you from getting to your desire, but that you have to push past that, that you don't need to sit and wallow in your sorrow of defeat. It's called rising to the challenge. And we don't get to the new places without experiencing setbacks and challenges. You can't just climb a mountain and be like, well, that was a breeze, that was all downhill. No, it's going to take blood, sweat, and tears to get to where you want to go. And it doesn't have to be painful. It can be exciting. It can be invigorating as you dissect little teeny chunks into manageable triumph. And you make friends with the unknown and things that you don't know, and information that you have no idea that you even don't know. I love it. There was a meme that someone shared this week. It was the universe as a pie chart, and it said, what you don't know, what you know you don't know, and what you don't even know you don't know. And that's the vast majority. So always being open to receive inspiration and newness and new ways. Yeah, so your worth is going to take gentleness, and to realize that your worth isn't tied to what your environment is telling you right now. Okay, that's merely pointing out where you've been. And if we can't outperform our identity, we need to work on that identity. So we're going to chart a course. We're going to be open to edits. We're going to take some action, and we're going to know that we are going to have success and failure and success and failure, but we're going to move the dial. It's going to be an averaging out of progress overall. You've heard 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's going to be 2 step forward, a little bit back, 2 step forward, a little bit back, as long as we are remaining accountable and visioning as if it is fulfilled. So optimization data, don't let things defeat you. It's called growth and expansion, which means it's going to be new, it's going to be different. The more comfortable you can get with that, the more progressive you can be. And this is where the power of tribe is such a beautiful, beautiful addition to activate our future, because I don't have any resistance to you accomplishing every single one of your goals. That's because I'm not you, and I have no history with you to tell you, oh, you say you'd like to have this. Well, let's be realistic and look at your past. I have none of that. I only have expectation and certainty in my heart for your desires to come to fruition. And the power of that tribal component of actuation, where we collapse the wave function into being, and we congratulate each other for the things that have not yet happened as if they are so, is vastly superior to any method that I've seen on the planet. So we're going to go to the Anahata Tree today, and we're going to do that. We are going to do that, and you will come out of this different. It will feel different to you. The stories that you reference that say otherwise, you will be able to gently overwrite those. And we're going to the quantum field, to the Anahata Tree, which is in the 8th dimension. And we're going to vision our future and feel into it as a memory, having already happened. And we are going to offer it up to the timeline and the branches of the Anahata Tree, which is infinite potential. But we're bringing solidity to that as a memory, which will retroactively move our future into the places we want to go, having already been there. It's very interesting when you get into that time loop and you become a precise match to where you want to go. Now, if you have a water-bending rock, you can place it under your tongue for the journey. Just don't swallow it, under your tongue. And I'm going to play the journey. It's going to be 30 minutes long. Okay. And I want you to just relax and let go. You are in a safe place. We're going to clear and center in the energy. And again, dreaming into what you love and accountability for lovingly looking at the things we know we are going to need to edit to achieve. What are we willing to give up to get there? Because you know, you already have the answers. Like, I want to do this, but, well, that's your but. That's your limiters. Whatever excuse, and it is an excuse, even if it's real, it's there. It's a self-sabotage that's preventing you from actually making progress, is what you need to edit and upgrade and transform and transmute and integrate and write new chapters of your life for. All right. So there's going to be a brief pause in audio while I get this ready.
All right, everyone. Let us begin by clearing the energetics, sanctifying the space. And to do so, I'm going to use my Tibetan healing bowl. Sound waves of whole tones permeating the room that you're in, setting the stage for our journey. There will be 3 tones, and I invite you to just settle in and listen. Focusing now on your breath. Breathing in and out, feeling the life force energy, prana, oxygenating all the cells in your body, activating the resonance of vitality now. In your comfy, sanctified space, allow your eyelids to almost touch. Resist the temptation to close them completely. And in the struggle, find peace. Allow now your eyelids to fully close. Your eyes will remain closed for the rest of the journey. In this space, there is timelessness. In this darkness, unlimited potential. We can zoom in on a microscopic level, because we are consciousness, into any part of our body. Let us view the heart, this beautiful electromagnetic wave, this fractal giving us life, circulating the water of our body around our beautiful template. Giving gratitude to our exquisite anatomy and the billions of components that are working for your highest functioning, your life, your growth, and your evolution. Our intention with this journey is to zoom out of our current identity into our superconscious self. And to do so, we can go zooming in on a micro level or zooming out on a macro level, for it loops around. The closer we get to cells, the more they become galaxies. And the farther we zoom out of our galaxies, the more the totality of the known universes look like merely cells. As above, so below, as within, so without. We will, with our conscious mind, and as author of our lives, define our futures, the things in our heart space that we desire, the accomplishments we are striving to achieve, the places we want to go, the relationships we want to have, and the versions of us that we find to be the most effective, living the most full lives, and feeling the most inner peace and harmony with our authentic vision and purpose. So let us go now, in this darkness, to the questing world, the sacred space where there is an Anahata Tree. Envision your body in this time-space reality being surrounded now by golden light, a force field, if you will. And this light is now permeating every cell in your body, allowing you to extend the amount of time that you are in light formation. You are enlightened. So leaving our carbon-based bodies in this time-space reality, we can use this portal gateway of golden light to teleport into any area and dimension that we choose. As this light further enlightens us, we are going to teleport to our future, the best timeline, the most fulfilling, purposeful, satisfying, and evolved version of our life in 2025. Allow the light to teleport you now. We are hovering above our dream location, where we reside, What does it look like? Really take time to float around above the spaces that you desire. Who is with you? As you remotely view your future self, you feel a deep sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. Send that congratulations energy from your heart space to your future self. Job well done. You did it. And while the road was not always easy, your determination, perseverance, and focus, combined with your faith and thoughtful action, got you to where you want to be. You were successful in making edits where those edits were called for. You were successful in pausing and tuning in to your intuition and allowing it to guide you. You were successful in pivoting and knowing your agility and where to go, what to do. You were magnetizing the people, places, and things, and the synchronicity of what happened between 2022 and 2025 was astounding. Well done. You did it. You did it. As you continue to send waves of gratitude to your future self, fill in as much of that grid work as you desire. What has your year been like? Where have you gone? What have you done? Who have you spent time with? Recall all of the amazing experiences you've had in this last year of 2025. So much has happened. Your wishes are fulfilled. Now then, as superconsciousness, you are encased in the light, and you want to experience the fullness of this future. And so as you hover above the space, the scenery, the storyline, this timeline which has collapsed into matter, into actuality, you position yourself on top of what looks to be sacred geometry. It is a dot in the center with spokes coming out, and on each of those spokes there are more dots, and on each of those dots more spokes, and you quickly realize that it is a fractal pattern. And you decide to drop yourself down in the middle of the fractal pattern, because as you do, you realize this is a maze. This is like a cornfield crop circle. This will be fun, you think. And you know that your reward for getting to the edge of the pattern will be that you will be in your future, in the scene you just saw, as your superconscious self. And so your reward is your best 2025. And so with joy in your heart and pep in your step, you set forth inside the crop circle. And you recall the pattern, so it shouldn't be that hard. And you take one line path here, it opens up. Sure enough, there are 6 more. And you think to yourself, well, it will just be easy. I will just keep connecting with the path ahead. The only issue is, as you set out, you quickly realize there are twists and turns. It's not just a straight path. And so very quickly you become turned around, confused, and you realize it is hot. You begin to sweat, and long for the tall glass of lemonade that awaits you in your dream location. If you could just get through this maze. You figure if you go faster, you may have a better chance at getting somewhere. So you pick up the pace and you go with your intuition. Until suddenly you realize things are not going the way you thought they would. You don't appear to be getting any closer to where you were. Frustrated, you sit down in the center of one of the circles. And you look around you, only to realize you are already in the center point anytime that you zoom out. That's it, you think. All you need do is rejoin your superconscious self from outside of your current identity, and the path ahead will be made clear. Sitting in the center of the circle, you close your eyes. You project your consciousness outside as you float above, once again, the crop circle. Now you have three of you. Your superconscious, your conscious in the crop circle, and your subconscious, which is living out your best life on default. It's a done deal. It already occurred. It is part of your identity. And so, to merge them all, we merely need to align them. Let's get on the same page. Sitting in the center of the circle, you close your eyes in the questing world. As you merge with your superconscious, you can now see where you are on the map. And even though your eyes are closed, you stand up and you guide yourself out of the maze from your superconscious self, sort of like a video game. You are fully in control of which way you turn, and it takes you a matter of seconds to find the edge of the pattern and step in to the life you dream of. You have arrived. In actuality, merging your superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. Feel into your future in the now. How does it feel to have what you desire? Soak in the feeling. Look around you. Congratulate yourself for all of the effort, all of the perseverance, of the genius tapped into divinity that it took to get you here, of the practical steps, and also thank yourself for the things you were willing to let go of that weren't aligning with your vision, that were part of the pattern that needed to be edited as author of your life. Now that we've arrived, what's next? Well, of course, always more. Always fully living in the now, content and eager for the next vision. Inside the questing world, with your eyes closed, gently turn in a circle with your arms outstretched. And as you turn your body in a circle, open your hands and allow the energy of this future to be condensed down as you turn. You're collecting it, sort of like collecting the puffed sugar when creating cotton candy. Taking all the nectar of goodness with you in your hands. It's gathering around as you spin. The totality of the vibration of this future is now inside of and around both of your hands. And so stop. You are now in the void as you have gathered all the components. It is dark and comfortable. You are in the womb of Divine Feminine. Everything as potential. And within your hands you hold the precise resonance. You now can collapse the wave function, bringing your hands together and packing it down, removing any empty space into one neat unit of energy. It's very tiny and it's shining extremely brightly. You can hold it with just 2 fingers. Suddenly you become aware of hundreds of more shimmering lights in the distance. These are the other tribe members. We did it. We are now going to walk towards the Anahata Tree, which is in the 8th dimension of Akasha. As we walk towards the Anahata Tree, we realize that we're barefoot and in a meadow, and that this tree is on a hill, and that everyone on this journey is walking towards the tree with their bright futures in the palm of their hands. And we will deliver these futures to this timeline grid upon the Anahata Tree, where they will continue after this journey to magnetize due to the resonance we have spoken, visioned, imagined, and felt into. And so let's walk to the tree together. You notice everyone walking their own little dreams or big dreams, and anywhere in between, in their hands. You are the author. You get to place your future. And as we walk to the tree, witness everyone's glorious future self and acknowledge their vision and their accomplishments as having taken place. As we walk to the tree, we see that there are already several dreams on the extended branches, and where each dream has been planted, a beautiful flower has blossomed, giving off nectar that is now feeding the ecosystem. There are hummingbirds flitting here and there. There are bees collecting the pollen and spreading it all around the reality of the questing world. Let us give birth and actuate your future timeline. On the count of 3, everyone attach your light, your dream, to the Anahata Tree and witness the blossoming of that reality through the flower which will bloom. 1, 2, 3. Stepping back now from the tree so that we can view the glory of the collective desires and vision and purpose and plans that serve humanity. Let us back out from the tree and form a circle around the perimeter. It is a glorious sight to behold all of the shimmering, blossomed futures. And the smell is heavenly, delicate and sweet, exotic, and so refreshing. Take a moment to breathe that in. We notice now that we can see the stars above us. In fact, we can't tell where the stars end and the points of light begin on the timeline of the branches of the Anahata Tree. And this feels right, that it would be merged, macro and micro, micro and macro. We understand that this template will bridge into our physical bodies as a guiding map towards the future we seek, and that at any time we can make edits to that vision. Placing your hands on your heart in the questing world, close your eyes. Immediately you are embalmed inside of the golden light once again, being teleported instantaneously back into your physical body in this time-space reality, being placed back inside your body. From within your body in this physicality, feel into the newness that is you. Feel into the future that you are certain of. Feel into the path wide open and the places you know you need to go. Even if you don't know how to get there, you know that it will be certain if you take one step after the other and get busy on this path towards your desires. You know what you need to edit. Make those edits. You know who you need to be. Become that. Commit to yourself day over day over day, and celebrate the little wins along the way. When you encounter challenges, realize that you can't experience the new without going to new places, and that will require failure. That will require not always getting it right the first time. That's what edit means. We've got to be open to that optimization data in order to finally arrive at our destination. And we are grateful for the Anahata Tree holding the space, holding the vibrational resonance. We can dip into that future anytime we want and spend as much time there as we'd like. The more we do, the more our world will transform into that place, because we will become that, and it will be so. So wiggle your toes, feel into your physicality, your energetics back in this time space, ready and eager for the days ahead, replenished and certain and clear and excited for the future. We are warriors of light. We are superconscious, consciously experiencing based on our subconscious. All are working together. We are the authors of our lives. Take one more deep breath of gratitude, and out. It is so, and so it is. When you are ready, open your eyes. All right.
Okay, guys, how was that? It was amazing for me. And I want to just honor your space after that. And we're going to wrap up. Take the time to journal anything that came through that wasn't part of my narrative, anything, any message from your higher self that you want to remember. And I will see you on Friday for a code quest, which is going to be a choose your own adventure where messages will come through in the form of memos from your higher self, similar to this, but not, it's more of a journey, a playful journey of messages. And then we get to decipher together what those mean in the context of stepping into the fullness of the author, the characters you want to become, the aspects of yourself that you want to nurture, grow, and actually experience in reality. All right, guys, I hope you had a fun time. And isn't it extraordinary that we can unite together in that way and dip into other dimensions and plant vibrational seeds that are real, that orchestrate into this 3D and fourth dimension. It's amazing. It's quantum, guys. And it is my honor to be your Sherpa today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on Friday live streaming for our finale code quest, activating the author within at 12:30 Eastern. Be sure to share this group with others you think would value this experience. And the replays will be here through Sunday. So leverage that, go back to any other days you may have missed. And again, take the time, the next 10 to 15 minutes to journal any experience that you had. And I'd love the homework from today to know that you entered to, that you came all the way through to the end of the broadcast, simply to be one word about how you felt when you visioned and could see and feel and experience the totality of your dream location. I don't even want to say home, because maybe it's not a home. Maybe it's, an island, like really doesn't have to be a structure. Just where were you? What were you doing? And how did it make you feel? So a few words to enter to win the Light Memory book and Waterbending Rocks. Today's homework, again, is to journal for the next 10 to 15 minutes, anything that may have come forward that you want to remember about the experience, and to show that you came this far in the recording. Well, this isn't being recorded, it's live streaming, but when you hear it back, it'll be recorded. Let us know, what's that one word that describes how you felt when you experienced your future as a memory. All right, guys, much love to you and yours. I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.